Welcome to Local Business Spotlight, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is the man who's going to help you get into your brand new home or maybe even refinancing, Bruce Dodd from People's Home Equity. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. All right, let's jump straight into it. With rates being as low as they are right now, is it actually a good time to refinance your mortgage?
It can be. It can be. However, I think refinancing is one of those things we need to look beyond just what your new monthly payment is going to be. I think it's important to determine because it's not free. There's closing costs. So we need to make sure, number one, how long are we going to be in the house? Number two, how much money are we going to save? How long is it going to take to pay for that closing cost in terms of the savings, and make sure that works for you. I also think now is a great time to see if we can cut the term of your mortgage. So in that case, maybe your payment's going up a little bit, but if you've got 23, 24 years left on a mortgage and we can cut it to 15 years, save a ton of money.
That's fantastic. It's always good to get that information because a lot of people forget about those closing costs, right?
Absolutely. And so we get caught up in, hey, the rate sounds wonderful and we're saving a little bit. Well, are you? Especially if you're going back to a 30-year mortgage. Now we're increasing the time that we're going to make those payments. In some cases, it really costs you money. So it's important to look at the whole thing.
Yeah. Look, we've talked about this before, but just refresh everyone's memory. Why is it so important to work with a local mortgage broker?
Well, it's super important these days because when you're buying a house, guess what? You just entered a beauty contest. When you make an offer on a property, how do we separate you from the other pretty qualified contestants? The best way we can do that is, first of all, get you fully approved. But second of all, it's important to be working with a lender that people know who they are and that they've got a good reputation, because what they're looking for is certainty that you can complete the transaction.
I think that's important. Hey, what's the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved?
Pre-qualified is what most people do, and that says that you talk to a mortgage company and they say, everything looks okay. Pre-approved means it's a done deal. We've already gotten all your documentation, we've done the underwriting so that you're a done deal. What happens a lot of times, you'll see properties go off the market and they come right back on the market. That's because somebody's loan got turned down because that pre-qualification didn't really do a whole lot.
Really? So, okay, can I just pick your brain just now then? Pre-qualified means you can afford to purchase a certain amount. Does that mean you should still look and then you get pre-approved, or do you try to do both at once?
Let's just go ahead and do it all up front.
Right.
Let's just make sure before you waste any time looking for a house, you get people all excited in your family, you're buying this house, and then doesn't look like we can buy quite that much. So I think it's super important to just shop with certainty. When you're making a business decision this important, you need certainty. You don't need, hey, it looks okay.
Yeah, true. Okay, what documents do you need prior to buying a home? What's important for us to be able to get together?
It's super, for most people, it's pretty easy. A lender needs to know three things. They need to know how much money you make, how much money do you have, and how much money do you owe. And so for how much money you make, it's typically a couple years W-2s and a couple pay stubs. Pretty easy. Most people, you download it, you got it. We need a couple months bank statements to show how much money do you have. And then for how much money do you owe, we're going to pull your credit.
If you want to find out more information and work out what you can afford to buy a new home, give People's Home Equity a call. Bruce's and his team are always going to be there to help you out.